turd.
I was technically the first.
I was
I
the
unmuted
first.
myself a minute ago.
Nope.
Yep.
No.
You're a loser.
You call me Quick Draw McGraw over here.
Yeah.
What's up,
Okay.
gents? You know, I was tired before the show, but I've been sucking down coffee for like the last hour and a half, man.
Adam, you're recording this, right?
Recording?
Yeah, you should be recording this too, because you could totally screen grab that right now. I guess anybody else can record it too.
You know what you
Someone
can
grab
screen
that comment
Chris?
that Bill just made
I'll give
and
you
make
something
a
to
meme
screen
or something
grab.
out of that.
Use something to screen grab right in your face.
Yeah, something like that.
I just made myself a nice hot cup of tea. Decaf.
Yeah. The audio levels seem low to me all of a sudden.
Back,
I don't know why.
Low.
Check.
You're like a lot lower than when we were talking a few
Check
minutes
the
ago
check.
or something.
Am I quiet, everyone? Everyone?
You're good.
Everyone?
You're good.
Hello? You hear me?
Your nice ambient room you have there, Adam.
Whatever. If it sounds good, it sounds good. I could care less.
Looks like
Yeah.
you're like
Does
an
it sound
Indian in
good?
a cupboard.
I'll
or
just
a
turn it up on
person
my ears.
in a pocket.
Yeah. You that is the weirdest movie I have to say ever as a kid, Indian in a Cupboard.
Yeah.
That is
Never
bizarre.
watched it. Seemed too
Oh, you
creepy.
haven't? Oh, I watched it
No.
a couple years ago. It was on TV and I like watched a good
Like
portion of
if
it.
I
I'm
wanted
like,
to know what it looks like from the inside of a pocket, that's what Adam's screen reminds me of.
I remember reading the book when I was a kid.
I tried changing it. You told me you prefer this.
No, it looks. I prefer it. It's nice. It's good for my eyes.
I'm reading the comments right now.
What is that noise?
There's got a lot of people.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Well, you
Okay.
held your freaking speaker to the microphone, Joe.
Only a few will know that amazing show.
Play it again. I heard like Tigger.
Hold on. Let me
Is it
see.
the Red Green Show?
Not close.
Strange Brew?
No.
Trailer Park
Thinking of
Boys?
every Canadian show you can think of right now.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Let's
Not
see if
a whole
anybody in
lot.
the chat heard it and could recognize it.
Canada has horrible
Nobody
TV.
cares.
Nobody cares?
whatsoever.
Okay,
No,
okay.
That's
no, at
true.
all.
Like you guys ever watch movies from other countries, and not the major ones, but like the ones like Canada where they haven't really nailed down like how to make movies yet. Moving pictures, what they call it, you know?
Yes.
Like it's so funny.
I have to say that one of the best action movies I've ever seen, and this is going to be a horrible description of the movie because I cannot remember the name of the movie, but it was in French and there was 3 of them and it was a series and I watched them with subtitles and it was like the best action movie I've ever seen. It was
You guys
awesome.
were talking about subtitles the other day, weren't you guys?
Yeah,
You
I
and
feel
Adam?
like my whole life, whenever I watch a movie or TV show or whatever, is like a foreign flick because my wife and my son love subtitles on everything, and it's so
It drives me
distracting
nuts.
to me. Yeah, I want to throw something at the TV.
Like, on a movie, it drives me nuts. When I'm watching YouTube videos, sometimes I do turn the subtitles on, but
So I'm going to take your wife's side on this one,
Distracting.
Adam, because I'm deaf and that's the only way I can understand
But, like,
anything
how
in
do
my
you-
house.
how do you like read it and watch all the moving pictures?
Can't lie, you might as well just read a book, bro.
It's
Exactly. You
just
might as well read a
something that
book.
happens.
And who wants
So-
to do that?
I have like an auditory hearing problem. Like I can hear, but the problem is that if you're standing in front of me talking and we're talking face to face, all I hear is the person across the room talking. Like I can't focus on you. So when I'm at home, in my what's that?
I'm just saying, like, hey, when we're at the symposium or AHR or whatever, and I'm seeing you talk to people, I'm gonna stand like 5 feet behind me. Like,
Exactly, and that's all that I would hear. So
you're an idiot.
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
it's
hiding
hard for
behind
me to
the
fucking
house,
focus.
yelling at you.
So like in my house, my
here,
family
Chris.
has no like ability to understand when you're watching a movie. Everybody needs to shut their mouth. So they're all talking, doing their thing, banging stuff, and it's like I have to turn subtitles on.
Yeah,
That's
I guess in
my
that
bad.
situation I might, but most of the time in my place it's kind of quiet. I don't have
Yeah.
that problem.
My bad. I
Subtitle
had
problem.
my Facebook opened up. That was me.
Yeah, rookie. Hey, Adam. Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
Now you could spill the beans, bro. There's like half hour before the show. Hey, can I tell you? Can I tell you guys a story of today? No. Save it for
It's a little bit
Friday.
embarrassing.
Hashtag. That's where it comes from,
A
guys.
little bit embarrassing. I don't really want to talk about it,
Go
but
for it. This is
Real
how we
quick,
learn.
before we get segued here, let's say hi to all of our viewers tonight.
Go for it.
We hardly ever give a shout out because I see a lot of new people watching here. This Will Speed character, he's just coming around the last little while, and
Yeah, it came
Johnny
over from
Lily Man.
Chris. So maybe if you were over at Chris, sorry to cut you off, but if you're at Chris's, you would see Will Speed, eh?
I mean, I do go over to Chris's.
I know you do. I know you. I'm just teasing.
Sometimes.
I will say though, Adam's never in my stream.
No, Adam's
I
got better
recognize-
things
I
to do.
recognize-
That was a bad coffee you had there.
I try to
No,
come
you see
in.
we
I
just
try to
got
come in for at least 5 minutes and give one super chat. That's what-
I don't remember seeing any.
Oh, I
super
just
chats.
messed
He
it
has a
around.
special
Look at
meeting.
Look
crap.
at this like maintenance guy here. Where's Jesus Talapia? I haven't seen him in a while. Is he okay?
I think you pissed him off, bro.
We should probably do like a wellness check. But don't forget, say hi to our #1 fan, Mr. Randy, and his little buddy Luke. Bow wow. Brown chicken, brown cow.
And hi to the other Luke as well.
Neil C. Vids. What are these 4 guys saying? Do you need subtitles?
All right, Neil.
We didn't pay for subtitles on this, so it's going to be the crappy YouTube one.
I'm
So
gonna
when
write
you
down
say
what we say after the fact, and then I'll put it up on the screen like this
Chipmunk, Troy,
because we
Johnny,
don't have.
Sequest, good to see you guys.
yeah, let's just get it out right now. If you came here thinking you were going to get like an amazing production and
You were
education and all
correct.
the, yeah, you're screwed up, man.
This is
gotta turn my
entertainment,
furnace off.
boys. Entertainment.
Yes, this is entertainment. This
No.
I think for me, this is more entertainment for me. Selfishly, I enjoy just talking to you guys and hanging
This is
out, and the
therapy.
people watching, that's
This is
just a
therapy, yeah.
bonus. So
Yeah, I just enjoy the interaction. I get to talk about my week, talk about your guys' week, interact with the crowd here.
yeah,
I mean, some of these guys have some awesome stuff that they do all week, and I never get to see any of it. I never get to do any of it. I mean, and it's just a great time. It really is. And so for all the new people here, we do talk a little bit of tech talk now and again. We do BS quite a bit. Chris likes to share poop stories every couple of weeks, but other than that, man, it's just a good old fashioned good time.
I literally blew my wad on poop stories. I have no more.
Well, hi there.
We'll give you time.
So
Can I
what's
tell
up,
my
Adam?
story?
Tell us. Yeah, tell your story.
Boom.
It's a little embarrassing. We did a job about 5 years ago.
That sounds like a poop story that I'm starting. It's a
Yeah.
little embarrassing, but
Yeah.
Go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
All right, so listen up. All right, we put in this was 100,000 BTU furnace that was there. We took out the 100,000. We put an 80,000 two-stage variable, right, and put it up on a 16-inch box. Installed, against my better judgment, a Train Clean Effects air cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's where the issue comes into play, which we just caught this, right? But the coil, the case coil that we installed has a high pressure drop. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So yeah. So we were checking things out, blah blah blah, using the fancy new TrueFlow over there. We got some pretty high freaking static, real high static. So I'm looking at it. The return is awful. The return is just hideous. There's a big pressure drop across the filter, a big pressure drop across the coil. So I started, looking up the different train coils that I could have gone with, and a lot better options that I could have gone with much lower pressure drops. And that filter, garbage. That was the last one I ever installed, and it will be the last.
Which one did you install?
Train Clean Effects.
Oh, sorry.
Never again. Don't do it.
Is that the only one you had?
What's that? Only
Filter?
what?
Is that the only one you installed ever?
Filter?
No, I've installed a ton of those over the years, but that
Have
was
they come back with the same problem?
No, but that was also for a company that was my dad's, and he sold it, so maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe just after the fact.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a chipmunk in the house tonight.
So now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fix it. I actually bought Clean Comfort makes a monster media air cleaner. It is 32 inches by 25 inches.
Okay.
So I was going to cut, we're going to rework the return. This, the pressure drop across this filter, I was looking at the chart, and we're going to go from like a 0.25 pressure drop to like a 0.6. Or, I'm sorry, 0.06.
Hold on, I have to interrupt this really quick. Chris Young has the best comment. He says, "This is poop talk. It's just train instead of actual butt poop."
Yeah, I agree.
Instead of actual butt poop.
Sorry, continue with your story.
So yeah, that's my goal. I'm going to increase the size of the return drop, put a bigger media filter on it. I have to go back and look again. I'm going to try to run another return coming out of the return drop. My last ditch effort is going to be to do something with the coil, but I'm going to try to make this thing right. I want it to run right. You
think you could salvage it without the coil being anything, any changes to the coil?
I I hope so. I hope so. You know,
How
I
do
mean,
you-
the thing is, it's running just over an inch of static. It's not going to be 0.5. Period. It's
No,
not
but
gonna be 0.5. But if I can get it,
yeah,
if I can get it like 0.7, I'd
Sure.
be happy with it.
I
You
mean,
know?
once you put just instead of 0.1, put 0.2 in the ductulator, you'll be fine.
That's what Ed Janowak told us.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Brandon Man did a poop
Exactamundo.
tube, did he? I didn't know that.
What's that?
Brenneman, I guess he's talking about TY did a poop tube or something.
Poop tube?
Yeah,
Poop in a tube?
Michael Hausch says F that unless they're paying me. So
I want to poop in a poster.
I really
tube.
want to make it
Chris.
right. You know what I mean? This is a guy that I've known for a long time.
Yeah,
and I'm just not leaving it as is.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
you got to
It's
make it right.
integrity right
Sometimes you
there.
got to eat shit.
That's right. Sometimes you got to eat shit. Exactly.
Some days you're the pigeon, some days you're the statue.
No,
Yeah,
like, it's maybe 2-3 days out of the year you're the pigeon. Majority of the time you're the statue. So
When in Rome,
my life. So I kind of want to talk about something that Adam and I kind of briefly started talking about, and then we stopped ourselves because we thought it was too seductive, risque and sexual, and but I figured this show is perfect for it. So no, but we kind of been, or I've been kind of harping on the whole sales bullshit. These companies that are out there just pushing the sales and slimy sleazeball text kind of stuff, right? Not naming names, but you guys know the people out there. There's tons of them, right? But I said, on the commercial side, you really don't have to be a slimeball salesman to find work.
who says squat on my face? Oh my god! It's like sometimes during the show, it's like somehow I have stumbled into the comment section in Pornhub.
Only
Sorry,
from
Chris.
Mr. AK.
Sometimes.
Go ahead.
I'll approve that.
With commercial, you really don't have to try hard to find work. If you actually just open your eyes, like there's tons of work there.
Just do a thorough PM.
But then you run into the problem of how do you change the mindset of service techs? And this is where Adam and I are kind of talking about something. And he's more of a high-end residential side, but still it kind of comes together. How do you change the mindset of technicians that don't want to change and don't want to do the work? They just want to go in and sell something, or they just want to go in and, I don't want to have to go through sizing up ductwork, or I don't want to have to go through changing every contactor.
I think if you raise the standards around them,
yeah,
that would be the only way I think that you could.
But in this day and age, again, devil's advocate over here,
it's going to be hard to do too.
It's going to be hard to do because you're lucky you have a technician in general.
That's really like I can't afford to lose that guy. All he knows how to do is change capacitors, but shit.
Yeah. It's the struggle's real when it comes to that, because and to be fair, even myself, there's days that I don't want to look at the big picture. There's days that I just want to turn it on and move on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, to be fair though, majority of the time I'm filming my service calls, right? And that actually gives me the motivation. Well, no, but I want to complete this video, so I better do it right. But in my head, I instinctually am like, nah, man, let's just get out of here. Let's just get out of here. And it's like, no, I need video material. So I have something to motivate me. But what do you give people that don't have that drive, or don't have a camera to motivate them?
I think you need to find out what they're like. Not everyone's motivated by
money
or YouTube or
just high quality work,
or the feeling of knowing that you did at least the very best you know how to do. Your work is clean, your work is honest.
Oh, Rich is here, everyone.
Whoa, look at that, buddy.
Oh, Rich is back.
Well, he was in Chris's chat too, guys.
Yeah, he was. And in all fairness, Rich said he's been here. He's just been lurking, so he hasn't been commenting.
Creepy bastard.
Yeah, but
we love you, lurkers.
How do we change? How do we motivate people? Because if they don't have the drive, or let's just say they've been in the industry for a long time and they've done it a certain way for a long time. So
that's
I just want to keep
hardest thing, I think.
Changing
bad habits. I have well, no, I don't want to go down that road yet.
Yeah, but we all have bad habits. I mean, even I have bad habits, Speaking
of bad habits, I see you ruined your sweatshirt with some cock.
Yes. We'll get to that later.
Cock.
You got some cock.
But no, getting back to what Chris is saying, no, I think that's a real problem because, sort of moving into another company that I'm moving into now, I'm starting to look at different companies, old companies, new employees, old employees, and I'm thinking about what if we could just motivate people to do a better job? We wouldn't have to lose employees. We wouldn't have to. We wouldn't have to struggle so much to try to train people. But
my question is, what's the best way to find out what motivates people? Like, do you sit down at a table with them and like just go like have monthly meetings or weekly meetings and be like, what do you want to change? Like, what do you my video? There I am.
I think that social media plays an interesting part in motivating younger people, because I feel like Instagram is doing a good job of putting all this information out there, and you have these Instagram techs that post these perfect pictures, right? And I even comment sometimes, I can't always be an Instagram tech. Like, it's not going to look perfect, but I'm always thinking about what they did, what I see on Instagram. And it's like, man, I want my jobs to look like that. But there's what's practical too, because I'm sitting here thinking, okay, well, I don't have that in the budget. Like, that's not part of the quote. I can't make this all perfect and straight. But I think social media has a part in the motivating. I mean, what if we drove our service technicians to post pictures on social media? Or what if we said, hey, take a cool picture of a job you did where you think it looks great and give it to me, and I'll post it on the business Instagram. I mean things like that.
This might sound kind of old school, but what about, like, how do you guys feel about just leading by example and just like, here's the standard?
So you're saying I should not come to work with my shirt off anymore?
Or should I have like my hair like all pointed up in yellow and singing "Island Boy"? I'm an island boy. I need to take some Instagram pictures.
I remember we were doing some training for like HR training, and we had this guy come in. We paid him a crap ton of money, and he just came in and talked to me, my dad, and my secretary, like for 5 weeks. He just came in and like training us on how to talk to our employees and all this stuff. And it was funny because after about the third training class where he came in, he kind of looks at me and he goes, all right, I kind of want to talk about hygiene and personal appearance. And he looks at me and he's like, I think you need to shave that scruff off your face, because it was like really wild at the time or something. Man. And I just kind of thought like, fuck you. But then I'm like, oh, he kind of has a point. I guess I do need to trim it up a little bit and make it look kind of decent. But it was just kind of funny to hear this guy telling me, the owner,
Those are the hard conversations to have with people, though, because like I don't know how to explain it, but for a long time when I was in leadership roles in the various companies I've worked for, I would always want to sugarcoat things like that. Like, I've had to tell people, like, guys, grown men, like, you need to trim your fingernails, or like, Chris, you need to shave, or like, dude, you smell like shit because you haven't worn deodorant in 4 days. Like, I'd have to somehow gently present that to him. Where now,
can I tell a quick story?
Yeah.
Segue.
Sure, right in the middle of my story, I guess. Why not?
Go ahead, finish your story. I'm just going to tell this awesome story about this dude.
Just hold it.
Write it down. Get your post-it note and write it down. I forgot what I said. Oh yeah, so like sugarcoating what you need to tell people. It's kind of a fine line you have to walk, where you don't want to be rude to them, where you're just going to drive them away and you're not going to get any results out of it. But you also don't want to sugarcoat it, because they're really not going to know what to expect from you. So you have to kind of know your audience and then figure out the words that they need to hear to get the results that you want to see.
Ironically, when you're talking about sugarcoating, the reason why we took this training class, what led us and what gave us this guy's information, was we had to do sensitivity training, sexual harassment training and shit. And this guy presented that. And then we found out he does like business training too. So it's just funny though, because I'm thinking of the sensitivity training that we went through, where he told us basically we have to ask people up front what they want to be called. And it was just funny because it's like, man, oh my gosh, you got to learn to be so sensitive about everything. And then you're telling me to sugarcoat it. And it's just,
do you identify as a he, she, it, pan?
It's a whole thing, dude. It's funny.
Fuzzy.
That must be funny. Anyways,
my wife told me, because I said I want to I could care less what other people do, but I like to be different. So I'm gonna identify as it what. That is my pronouns. That's a good one. But then my wife said, you can't say that, you're gonna get canceled. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Identify as a.
He's gonna get. This is cancel culture, Chris.
Yeah, I know.
Cancel culture.
I'm gonna burn it down.
I wish
there's a
for the love of God.
This dude at the carrier. All right, now I just have to say it. I said carrier. Right? But
there goes our sponsorship.
Where was a?
Should we put the sponsors in now? Should we put
I'm not going to name any names, but there's a distributor.
This podcast is brought to you by Astroglide.
Thank you. We had to get the sponsors in.
That was the beginning of a HVAC school.
Your butt.
Yeah. So, anyways, you'd go and sit at the counter, placing your order across the counter from this guy, good 3 feet apart or so. My God, man, I gotta walk back a couple of times because it's hard to breathe. This guy I think he showers once every 3 weeks. It's awful how bad he smells.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how like has nobody told that guy that?
I
But
know.
then also you don't know, does he have a medical condition and everybody else knows it but you?
Yeah.
And I guess like legally, I don't know if you're allowed to. I don't know. That's
I kid you not. I've done that before, not to my employees, but I've done that to people in just a random place. Like, dude, you smell like shit, right? And then he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "You
what,
fucking smell like shit. I don't know what else to tell you."
man.
Yeah.
I smell like fryers all day.
You know it's bad when you could start smelling yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But I'm self-conscious about
ran
that.
into
That's
that
what's
earlier.
interesting. Because I'm a constant, I'm like, oh, fuck, I need to go change my shirt, or I need to do, like I'm on top of that. And I'm dumbfounded when people don't know that. You're like, do you not smell yourself, bro? Like, take a shower,
I smelled myself earlier when I was
I was
upstairs. I was sitting next to the old lady, the broad, the ball and chain, and she's said something. I was like, "You smell that?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "I smell myself. I stink." She's like, "What?" I'm like ass. I'm gonna go take a shower.
I've told that to managers, like in the middle of the summer when it's really hot. It's like, look, I'm really sorry. I know I smell like shit. I'm sweating my ass off.
Yep.
Can you just sign this and I gotta go? Like I apologize ahead of time. Like I'll tell them, like, I don't want them thinking weird shit about me.
Do you ever get uncomfortable when you're talking in front of a customer, manager, whatever?
Yeah, because your armpits are all dry. You can
dripping
smell
sweat all over the freaking floor. It's just like drip, drip.
Yeah. What did I had a uncomfortable moment today. I was in a restaurant and I was joking around with a server because there was a couple servers there, and my stuff was blocking where they needed to put something, and they were bitching at another one. They were like, "Why is this right here?" Da da da. And then someone said, "Well, because he's working over there." And I was like, and I kind of chimed up and I was like, "Yeah, it's my fault. I'm sorry," just from across the room. And they were like, "Oh, it's okay." And I said, out of curiosity though, why is it okay if I do it but not them? And then someone said, "Because you're adorable." And I was like, "Oh, uncomfortable, right?" Because I didn't know if it was a girl or a guy either.
Well, you didn't know. What do you mean?
It was an "it's Pat" moment. Like I was like, I don't. Okay, but that's still I'm not comfortable with it either way. But I was like, oh yeah, that was uncomfortable. And I told my helper,
had boobs, but they could have just been giant puffy nipples, and you weren't.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It was uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's weird.
I was like, yeah.
Somebody was asking in chat, where's the best place to put an
like
analyzer on a natural draft boiler, or I'm assuming, I guess a furnace, whatever, maybe hot water tank. And you know what? It's not a bad question because there's a lot of guys that use the draft, the actual bell of the draft to do an analyze, which obviously that is incorrect.
Hey, real quick segue back from Joe's tech talk to Chris's body odor talk.
All right.
Do you guys keep any sort of personal hygiene stuff in your truck, like deodorant, stuff like that?
I actually don't have deodorant. If it's the middle of the summer, I might. I keep extra clothes though.
I keep extra clothes. I keep deodorant in my truck because I know I'd be stinking sometimes. I get my Axe body spray in there just in case.
That shit just masks the fucking smell.
One time I was working in Chicago, and this is back when I was wearing Carhartts, and Carhartts like a really rugged just pants, jean type deal or whatever, and it had like a little cut from the duct in the side, like right in the seam, like on the inner freaking portion of the thigh. I don't even know what I was doing. I had a little slit, and I'm like going down, and those pants have no give, and I go to squat. And this thing just explodes open. Nice. And I'm talking, I look like this is like Debbie Does Dallas video with my pants
flopping off. An avalanche of ass. Just
and I was parked a block away, so I had to walk down the street with my ass hanging out.
You guys just reminded me. I do have a shit story. Adam just reminded me. I keep extra clothes in my van just in case. No, the other day
you keep extra shit stories in case.
I forgot about this one. It just happened. I haven't even told my wife about it. I was driving to work and my stomach started hurting, and I pull up to the customer's job site and I'm like, all right, it's good. I'm here, and I'm ringing the back doorbell and they're not fucking answering. And I'm ringing the doorbell and they're not answering. What seemed like 10 minutes was probably like a minute and a half, but I'm fucking panicking, ringing the back doorbell. All right, I need to go to the bathroom. They need to answer this. And I'm like looking around for options, and my van is the only option. And I was like, all right, I got to do this. And I ran inside, and there was a fucking bucket and took care of it in a bucket, man.
Oh
Did
my
what I had to
God,
do.
you're such an
Interesting.
animal.
Threw the fucking bucket in the
He is an
trash and
animal.
called it a day.
There was one of the guys that used to work for me. He would always, I think he had like IBS or something. He would constantly be going and taking craps in buckets during the day, and then he would like put a lid on the bucket. And then he would want to keep the bucket. He's like, I rinsed it out, and he would want to.
No, I would never rinse it out, bro.
Just put a bag in the bucket, bro. Just put a bag.
It's
you know
trash, man.
You know what
That's
I
a good
learned the
idea.
hard way?
Yeah.
I learned the hard way that you don't wear khaki pants in the summertime.
Why?
You know why?
Why?
Because I sweat all over, especially out of my ass.
Mm.
You walk around all
and
day
the
with
color,
khaki
yeah,
pants
the
on,
color, yeah.
and then like all of a sudden, like at the end of the day, I look back and like, oh shit, what is that? Oh, I'm sweating on my ass. My whole ass is all sweaty. I've been walking around all day like that, looking
great.
stupid.
Wet ass.
Great.
Nice.
Great. Now I look stupid.
You put
Even more stupid.
put some Kleenex in your undies.
Oh, dude, I just
What?
absorb that. That would just turn right into paper mache immediately.
How about baby powder?
Nope, not unless I'm making pancakes back there.
So I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna segue. I'm gonna segue from the shitty stuff we're talking about right now to something serious.
Yeah. Good.
And I'm gonna give someone a serious promotion. And in the true nature of HVAC overtime, this is gonna be awkward because it's coming from a shit topic to a cool topic.
Okay.
So we were talking about something before the stream, Bill and I were, and we were talking about restaurants and just the way that food equipment manufacturers and certain restaurants expect you to bend over backwards for them. Okay. So if you're a business owner, you know what this is. If you're a technician, you may not understand it, but you know, I'm a service business owner and I have to do warranty work for certain manufacturers for my customers and whatever. And when you do warranty work for manufacturers, they're constantly saying, okay, well, we only pay you this much money. Right. So let's say I charge $100 an hour. Well, we only pay 65 an hour. Usually it's insulting how much they pay, you know, and you just have to suck it up and deal with it. And there's a lot of other stuff you have to dealing with restaurants too. You know, they want you to buy the parts, you know, from them up front. You pay for them, then they ship them to you. Then you submit a warranty claim, and if they accept the claim, they'll reimburse you the money. But you have to suck up the freight. You have to ship it back to them. Like there's a bunch of weird crap you have to do as you know, they call it the cost of doing business is what these manufacturers call it. And even customers, when you work for giant chains, like I work for some big chains, nationwide chain restaurants, and they're like, what you're basically, they never say this, but their demeanor and the way that they talk is that you're privileged to be able to work for them. Therefore, here's what we're willing to pay you. You know, it's
the least most profitable work you can do.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, sometimes as a business owner, when you work for some of them, you're like, all right, I can deal with this because they keep me busy. Like there's one that kept me busy through COVID. All right. They kept me going. And
I'm going to throw a name out there. What about Frankie? Do you do Frankie work?
No, never worked for them. Don't know who
they're
decent. No, I work for, and I don't do warranty. Let me preface this too. I don't do warranty work for people that aren't my customers. I only do warranty work for my customers. I'm not an authorized representative. I am, but I'm only allowed to work for certain customers. That's how weird it is. Like my customers demand that I do their work. So therefore, and they're big. So the manufacturer bows down to them and like does what they want. So anyways, the reason why I brought this up, because we were kind of talking about some of the give and take you have to do working in restaurants and some of the drama you have to go through. And it's interesting because I've been following someone on social media that has been talking about this a lot lately. His name's Rich Maliki. And he's on the East Coast. He's in New York and Long Island, I think is what he is. But he started a social media platform and he's been really talking about this stuff. And at first I was like, I didn't know if I liked his style and stuff, but I've been watching it more and more, and it's really interesting what he's got going on. So I want you guys to go check his channel out, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. But it's called where's it at? Let me pull it up right now. It's called Fed Nation is the name of his or it's Fed TV is the name of his YouTube channel. So Fed TV. Let me look it up right now, and let me pull up a. There it is right there. I'll throw a link in the thing right now. Go over and check out his YouTube channel. He's basically done live streams. But oh no, don't go now. Come on.
Yeah,
but
everyone go. We'll wait here.
Yeah, don't go now. Don't go now.
But
Go later,
definitely
on
go
your own
subscribe to
time.
his channel and tell him that I sent you guys over there. But he's always talking about this kind of stuff, and and what's
Please don't go
interesting
now.
is he's going the next step than what I'm doing. I'm bitching about it, right? Well, he's talking to other contractors and trying to unite people together to be equipment manufacturer
Almost like a
representative or
strike.
whatever.
Like, let's just
Kind
not
of, yeah.
agree to do it. Like, just
Yeah.
like, because if everybody doesn't agree to do it, then manufacturers will have no choice but to either get the shittiest, chuck in a truck guys to do their work, or increase your pricing.
Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of ridiculous what some of these manufacturers expect us to do and how they think that we're privileged to be able to do their work. I'm not.
Mhm.
No, I'm not. And
Especially
then they want to take
nowadays.
forever to pay,
Yeah.
and and it's just this is the dark side of being a business owner. I don't really talk about this stuff very much, but we have to deal with this crap all the time. Customers not paying. You want to know something interesting? Again, now that I'm on a griping fest, I have customers that they're big corporate chains, and they have a process, right? That it takes 60 days to get paid, period. Okay. That's you just suck it up and you deal with it. Right. So you give them an invoice. It doesn't matter if it says net 30, whatever. They do what they want, and they don't pay late fees. They don't do anything. Right.
Mhm.
Well, if you file the paperwork and you give them an invoice and you do everything right, and then someone messes up on their side on the 59th day, that 60 days starts over.
Mhm.
So now you're 120 days out. And this is the stuff business owners got to deal with this crap, and you're constantly trying to collect from these people. And it's so easy for everybody out there to say, well, just fire them. Nah, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
Like
you
these
can't
are
fire your biggest corporation or your
No,
biggest
no.
contract.
No, you just got to learn to deal with it.
The
but-
other thing, my add-on to this story is, I'll reference it with a story. So I'm getting back into doing some other stuff now, and I got back into doing some ice cream machines, frosting machines, and whatnot. And Taylor brand equipment, unless you're a Taylor certified technician, they won't, Taylor, the manufacturer, won't talk to you. They won't give you any help. They won't send you any books, any manuals, nothing. They may give you some part numbers. That's it. And I had an issue with a Taylor ice cream machine, and I called for some tech support, and they wouldn't give it to me. Eventually, I in a roundabout way, figured it out. I was able to get manuals through the dark web and all that fun stuff. But the point of that is these manufacturers think that they have like all these certified technicians out there in the world. And I was trying to I was telling Chris earlier, is these manufacturers don't realize, like, the reason I'm there now is because you don't have certified technicians anywhere in the area. Within a 100-mile radius, you don't have a certified technician to do whatever this is, or one that's readily available in the next month or two. So to become like this specific manufacturer, to become a certified technician, you have to go to a 6-day class, and it's like, or maybe it's 5 days, 6, I don't know. But you have to go to, it's like a week long. And it's all the hot side, all the cold side, like all of their equipment you may not ever work on, but you have to go to the whole class, pass it, and then you become a certified technician. And I'm like, can't you just, like, I don't know, make that process a little faster if you're going to require us to be authorized technicians, like a 2-day class, a 1-day class, maybe a freaking Zoom class or something.
Cliff Note version.
You can't have such a rigid standard, because you don't have anybody that's certified anymore.
Which I don't know if you want to talk about, Chris. You made a good statement earlier, and you mentioned it in the past too about talking about manufacturers, but I won't say it if you don't want to.
No, we can talk about it.
Okay.
So I don't want to sound like a prick when it comes to, you're talking about that, right?
Yep.
Where okay. So I don't want to sound like I'm flexing or anything like that.
Usual.
But I've genuinely thought that I need to reach out to manufacturers and give them an opportunity to provide me with training and provide me with documentation, so that way I make them look better when it comes to diagnosing things. And again, hopefully that doesn't come across as like
absolutely not
or whatever, but like I feel like I'm out there diagnosing things, right? And it's like
so many different things,
and I know there's more information out there, but it's not available to me, so it's like some of these people really should get on their toes and be like, hey, maybe we should get this guy some information. I'm not asking for fucking money. I'm asking for just documentation.
Yeah, literature.
Like, when I have to work on a Train package unit, don't you think that it would benefit Train to go the extra mile to make sure I have everything that I need? So that way I'm not, portraying their package unit as confusing, frustrating, and a giant headache to work on, when in reality it kind of is. But I mean, don't you think that some of these guys should do, and forget about just me being me in general right now, there's not enough technicians out there. There's not enough authorized service companies, like Bill said. There's not enough factory trained techs. So don't you think they should be pretty liberal with their tech support documentation, making everything easier? Because as if we don't have enough problems, right? I ordered a condenser fan motor for a package unit from Trane 9 months ago, and I've been told it's going to be here in November. So yes, Bill, go ahead.
Hey, real quick, shout out to HVACR Survival, Rick there, because most of that Taylor conversation I had with him, and we were discussing that a little bit, but
he made a comment about Taylor, huh? Okay.
He helped me out with some of that stuff. So
cool.
Big shout out to Rick.
And Adam,
I have an idea. I have an idea. I think all the manufacturers should listen to this show right now, and actually this next minute or so, because this is going to make everything go better for the entire industry. Ready?
You all fucking suck.
Ready?
You're a piece of shit.
Oh,
right,
So this is what they need to do. Put a sticker on the inside door of all pieces of equipment. That's a QR code that you scan, and it has every documentation for service bulletins, everything. Boom.
So you don't are doing that though.
So some of them are, but I was working on a true refrigerator today, right? And they have a QR code, and I have my technician on hold because I wanted to get the refrigerant pressures of what the system should be running. It's R290 cooler, and it's a freezer. And so I scanned the QR code while he's on hold, and mind you, he had to wait on hold for 45 minutes. And then finally they said, do you want us to call you back? And he clicked that. So then like 30 minutes later, so it was a good hour and a half before he got a call back. But I scanned the QR code, and all it says, it takes you to True's website, and it has tech documentation. You click on tech documentation, it says unit specs. You click on unit specs, it's the height, the width, the depth, and the weight.
And you're like, thank God you gave me this information.
What does that do? I'm standing in front of the piece of shit. Hold on, I'll tell you the width. I'll tell you the height. Like,
it fits, guys.
What the fuck does that, like, come on, guys, put your shit up there. Make it, come on, consumers, dude, the thing doesn't come with service ports, so put the fucking pressures on the internet so that people know what it is, you know?
Hey, see what Clive wrote there? I'd make new stickers with QR codes that led to misinformation. Like it takes them to one man, one cup or something, or just something
That would be funny. But only someone that with
you get the manual, like, oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys.
That's funny. That is really funny, Clive. So, oh my gosh, we should start a revolution. No, we should start that. We should start putting our QR codes on every fucking unit, and it leads to our websites or whatever.
Get the stickers. I'll do it. I mean, because
fucking merch for every refrigerator I work on, put a QR code.
We always forget to mention this. We have a website in the works right now as we speak by some random ass guy in Canada.
It's all behind Joe.
He's making us stuff.
And I have to say, you guys,
group effort, okay?
You got to look into the details of the website when it is public. You guys got to get in there and read the shit. That's all I'm gonna say, but it's cool. So it's pretty
have
fucking
lots
funny.
and lots of rolls of toilet paper in the background of our website.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So you got to get in there and read things.
It would be cool. We should actually sell HVAC Overtime brand toilet paper.
Yeah, wipe your ass.
You know,
or at least anything. Just even one
Overtime was smart, they would sell stickers. And the reason why I say that is the number one requested item I've had for the last 2 years, and I still don't sell fucking stickers.
I have tons of stickers here. We were just giving it away. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You made me stickers at one point, right? Or you made a sticker for me, or a fake sticker, or something like that.
It was a fake sticker.
Yeah,
it was pretty nice, wasn't it?
It was.
You know how long? You know how long it took for us to get to this point in the website, and you guys want to go the sticker route? How long it's gonna take
Hey,
for us
here's
to
some
get
stickers.
It's better than the fucking beanie with the
right.
fucking powder puff on the top.
What's the ROI on stickers?
That's real quick, bro. That
$1.97.
turnaround on that one, profitability is fast, depending on how you want to sell them. Although you might lose your ass on shipping.
Like if we sell merch, throw in some stickers for free.
Yeah,
but we got to get merch. We still don't even have the merch stuff.
What we should do?
Yet.
We should.
Well, I tell you what. Here's the downside to getting merch. Then all your fucking friends post shit on social media, begging for fucking free sweaters and shit. So you know.
Hey,
you notice how I got the whole logo in that picture just randomly. That wasn't by mistake.
Exactly.
Speaking of begging, I found out that Joe has one of your hoodies, huh, Chris? That's nice. That's
Hey,
remote.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I sent you whatever you wanted, dude. I called you one day and I was like, what do you want, Adam? What do you want? He's like, it's no big deal,
right.
man.
I was there.
Hey,
Nope. Don't worry about it. And I was
Hey,
like, don't worry, I'll
don't
take care
mention
of
my
you. And I
name,
sent you a
gangster.
care package. He's like,
You
oh,
know,
yeah, I didn't
no,
need it.
one thing I gotta say is you've sent my son multiple shirts, and actually one of the shirts he tie-dyed, and it's like custom now. It's pretty cool.
Oh, he didn't
gotcha.
show us. Thanks.
Yeah.
nice.
I
That's a
think he
good
did. I
idea.
think he texted it to me or
Did he?
something
Mhm.
from your phone
Speaking
one
of free
day.
stuff, can
And
we
that's
talk
the
about
other
those
thing, too.
boots?
If you're friends with Adam, you'll get random text messages from him and you look at it and you're like, that's awkward for Adam to say. What the fuck is that? You know? And I'm like, all right, whatever. And then a few minutes later, he's like, yeah, that was my son. It's like, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense because probably shouldn't. I got to be careful the stuff I text Adam.
And I don't teabag. I potato sack.
Okay, interesting. Did you end up fixing that barometric damper there, Bill, or anything to do with that boiler? Did
Hey,
you?
hold on now. Hold
Yeah,
on real
yeah.
quick. Did you guys want to talk about these boots? I feel like we have to address
You know
that.
what? Let's
Boots.
do it. Let's do it. I'm not going to tell you my thoughts,
We
but
sold
Don't say the company name yet.
We sold out.
Unless
We
you want
sold
to.
out. We 100% sold out.
okay. So
we're not gonna make a
someone-
video of them.
Someone
No?
emailed me.
I don't have another video.
Okay,
Well,
so someone
yeah.
emailed me and they emailed HVACR videos and they said, hey, we're a boot manufacturer. We'd love to send you some boots. Maybe you could do a review.
Should we say
And I
who they
reached
are?
out to him and I said, well, I don't do reviews on my channel, but I said, I do have a tools channel with my friends. And if you're willing to send us 4 pairs of these boots, we'll make a video. And they said, all right, cool. Sounds great. And then I thought about it for about a week. And then I reached out to the guys right here and I was like, guys, I don't have time to deal with this here. And Bill took the horns and he said, I'll take care of it. And he fucking spearheaded everything. So Bill,
Mhm.
tell us where we're at from there.
So the company is Brunt work boots.
Oh,
You
we're
guys
not
have probably
talking
seen them
about
anywhere.
I thought we weren't talking
We
about
had
it.
a non-disclosure agreement.
I don't care. So
There goes the NDA. Now I just got a fucking lawsuit.
I reached out to this guy. I'm like, all right, so here's the deal. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, we'll make a video. You send us some boots. We'll review them, yada, yada, yada. I was like, we each get a pair of boots and we'll test them and test drive them and all that fun stuff. And he sent us, they got like, 9 things to select from and got all the sizes. And I put all the sizes in the email, sent it back. It's like, yeah, we got everything except your size, Bill.
Okay, but wait, let me add something right here because then Bill's doing everything. And I get this email and it says, what boots do you want? And then it says, give us your PayPal information. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they want my PayPal? Like,
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
paying for this shit. And I was confused. I was like, I'm not filling that out.
It was,
And what it is they have an affiliate code. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me say something right now. I'm not talking negative about Brunt because I'm still going to do a video. Okay. But
You dropped 4 F-bombs while talking about them in the last.
And we might as well. Like, I still want to jump on it.
yeah, we're
I'm
still going to
pretty
make a
negative.
video. But
Oh,
What do you mean?
how?
no, I was going to. Should we go into more detail as of now? No, let's wait it out.
Let's wait.
Let's wait. I didn't even open mine yet because I thought this.
Yeah.
Is it open yet?
So, okay. So what we are going to say, we'll go ahead and say this right now, is their customer service as far as their social media influencer interaction is in the drain. Okay. And they send someone boots. You would expect them to answer emails like that. And when there's mistakes, you would expect them to say,
Yeah.
no problem. We got this taken care of. Not
Boom.
here's an RMA. When we get your boots back, we'll go ahead and send you out new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, they don't have my size.
And mind you, that was their mistake too, because a particular someone here ordered a size and they sent him the wrong boots. We're not going to say who yet, but they sent him the wrong boots. And then they said, well, we'll send you new boots when you send the old ones back. Go fuck yourselves, you
I know.
dumbasses.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Now,
exactly why.
but I'm still wearing the boots, okay? Because I wanted to give an
Can you
honest
show us?
review.
Stick your feet up.
Are you wearing them
No.
right now?
No. Those
Oh.
are
No.
Nike skate shoes.
Your laundry boots.
Who wears Nike skate shoes?
Oh, actually, no, these aren't Nike skate shoes. These are my fucking house slippers, is what they are. So,
What are you, Rob Deerdeck over here?
yeah.
Rob Deerdeck.
No,
Is that-
Nike
is that from-
SB.
yeah,
Yeah, man. It's
Skateboarding
old
pros.
school. They're old men's shoes because they have support in them, arch support. You got to have arch support when you're fucking 38.
Well, and let's give some positive here. Who Bill does have like Shaquille O'Neal's fucking size foot.
Yeah, they don't have Bill's size because he wears size 13 wide or
Wow,
something.
14, 15, bud.
15 wide. It's not that crazy. So
You must have
15
the
wide.
smallest wiener in the
I
think
think
bro.
you should.
sure.
Bill,
sure.
I think
I
you
drive
should.
I drive a big truck.
You need two pairs of size 11s, cut them vertically and cut them cross and sew them together.
Because we're not gonna do this part anymore. That was my idea with Bill. Was dude, take the biggest pair of boots that they have. He's not gonna do this anymore, but it would have been hilarious. Take the biggest pair of boots they can send you, cut the fuckers off with a Sawzall, and then duct tape them together and make a video with them. I thought that would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah, been
Hey, I gotta interrupt real quick. So it turns out me and Clive are feet twins.
Twin feet.
Yeah, that just makes me better than you guys.
Yep.
If I could give Clive like a high five with my foot.
So the video's still coming. I'm not gonna reveal my feelings on the boots because I'm genuinely suffering through wearing them. So wait for the video. But Adam just got his pair, and Joe, I guess he'll get his by carrier pigeon in like 2 years.
Yep.
So
yeah.
You know,
probably about a year and a half. So anyway,
Joe's boots have to go to some unnamed address in fucking Arizona, and then they have to get PO box fucking sent to North Dakota, and then once they're in North Dakota, they go to, we're assuming somewhere in Canada. We still don't know if that's where he lives.
Runs them across the border.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Bill? Sorry.
What's a Sherpa?
I don't know. It's one of those
the dude that carries people up Everest.
that climb up mountains.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That's, like that on another note, this is totally different. A Sherpa in general, you pay a shit ton of money for someone to carry your hiking gear up the mountain when you walk up Mount Everest.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Right. But every time you go up Everest, even when you're on oxygen, you're slowly dying. But these fucking Sherpas have made more trips up and down Mount Everest than like anybody else. I think isn't the record holder for person that's gone up Mount Everest a Sherpa? I think he is.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, slowly dying every time he goes up there.
This is the first time I even heard of a Sherpa, so I'm not sure about your stats.
Oh, yeah.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
So if you want to go up Mount Everest, you have to pay like a ridiculous amount of hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to get permits and do everything.
I don't.
And then you have to pay.
Thought about going up Mount Everest. It's not been on my bucket list.
It's not my thing either. Who could give a crap
it's
about
a lot of work.
up?
There's a lot of dead bodies, lots of poop and garbage.
Yeah, they leave the bodies up there too. By the way, when they die, they just stay up there.
And then they're frozen. And the one guy was saying that sometimes the bodies will move. And in one case, one of the bodies like fell off a cliff or something, and it sort of shattered. So there was like frozen body parts all over. Like I don't know how true this was, but the guy didn't seem like a real jokester. So you know. Hey, hey Joe, how do you say Mario?
Mario.
See, there you go, Hambone.
Luigi.
Hey. Hambone had a phrase, but I forget exactly what it was. But
yeah, I saw that too.
I want to say something about hammer at some situation, but I totally forget now. Fuck.
Hammer bones. So
yeah.
You guys do anything interesting this week?
I was
just normal work for me.
I have a boiler thing I want to talk about.
Let's talk about it. Let's do it.
Talk about the
we got some time. We got some time.
So I went out to this old ass church last week, and they have an inducer. It's the weirdest setup I've ever seen. They have these two giant boilers that go to a chase, a steel welded chase, and that chase goes into a chimney. So imagine a vertical giant ass pipe coming straight out of a boiler. It makes a 90, right turns about 6 feet over, and then goes into a chimney, and then obviously it goes out the top. Now, there's nothing really move that flue gas from the boiler to the chimney. So they have this inducer from I think it's 1953, and I kid you not, it's the oldest thing I've ever seen. It's the original motor too. It's wild.
Wow.
And it stopped working one day. It just stopped moving the flue or moving the gas, and so we got there. We pulled this whole thing out. It looks like things like. The shaft on this thing is about 4 foot long, and the end of it looks exactly like a boat propeller, but it's so rusted and shitty. And we had to take it to a welder to have them try to weld the prop back together just to make it work. And then they put in new bearings for it. And then we put it back in there, put the old ass motor on there and whatnot. But we got it back up and running, but it's just a temporary fix because the thing is just going to fall apart. And there's no. Like, I don't know of a thing that could replace it. Like, it's hard for me to describe it to you guys, but I don't know of a device that we could replace that with. So my only thought was we need to get some sort of inline booster, or I forget the name of the company, but there's a company that makes a device that sits on top of the chimney and will just create a negative pressure inside the chimney and just pull everything up. But I don't know what that is or the cost on it, but side note, when I was there looking at these boilers, the one thing I noticed was the circulator pumps coming right off the boilers. They were on the return side of the boilers. And I had just recently read a book by Dan Houlihan called Pumping Away. And then I was telling the guys in the chat about this. And to my surprise, Joe was like, that's fine. That's fine. They can be on the return because it's cooler than the supply and everything. And I was like, well, not according to Dan Houlihan.
Listen, I always have them on my return. To be honest with you, I'm gonna spill the beans. They're always on my return, except for obviously on the thermostatic mixing valve on the mixing side, and on a snow melt system, I'll put it on the supply just to control the condensation on the pump from the cold water returning on off cycles.
Now, if I remember correctly from the book, the reason why you're supposed to put it on the supply is because if you put it on the return and you're pushing water into the boiler, you don't get, you do get a pressure drop because the boiler or am I saying this right? I'm probably going to screw this up. I'm not a hydronics guy. I just pretend to be. And so the point of zero change is at the pressure tank, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have
the
expansion tank, is that what it is?
Yeah.
And so if you have the circulator pushing into the boiler, which is, the expansion tank is after that, you're going to get a lower pressure behind that circulator pump. And if your feed line, which has some sort of pressure differential feed valve on it, right, is behind that circulator pump, and your circulator pump is pushing into that pressure tank, you have that lower pressure behind it, and you're bringing in extra water that you don't necessarily need.
I agree, and that's for placement of the expansion tank. I agree 100%. But if you're sized right, piping and all, my perspective, you don't have to worry about having the pump on the return side. So I think Adam mentioned something as well about
we should. I wonder if Rich is still here. Rich is a good, good guy to talk about on this, right?
What were you? I think you mentioned something too, though, Adam. What were you saying about?
I said there's so many. I mean, like if going back to the book. It's a circulator, not a pump, Rich says.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is a circulator, not a pump. It's not actually pumping. It's just
right.
circulating the water.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
So what were you saying?
I was saying that
Rich. It's not a pump.
There's a ton of spoilers with the
that's doing layman's terms, Rich. Sorry for some of these people,
I got this thing up here. I gotta take it off. Sorry. Yeah, there's so many boilers with it on the return. But that is a good book, and it did change the way I pipe things after I read it.
Oh, absolutely.
It is a good book.
But Joe has never read it.
No.
And he won't read it. Joe will not go to Walgreens to get his picture taken for his passport.
First of all, because we don't have a Walgreens.
What do you got over there, Joe?
Tim Hortons. And go to Tim Hortons, have them take your passport picture.
Hey.
Yeah, apply for a job. They're going to give you a name tag. Cut that out and bring it to the Mounties. What are they called?
Mounties.
Trying
the hell is that?
All right, Joe.
Yeah. What?
You're fired.
What? What did I do?
What didn't you do?
So you were saying a good point until you got cut off.
I don't even care anymore. What are we talking about?
The boiler,
we're talking about my hydronics story, and I was hoping to work up some sort of argument between you and Joe about pumping away and pumping towards and pumping.
Honestly, though, like, all right, pump placement coupled with pressure reducing valve.
Right here.
Go ahead.
Here's some arguments. Since I'm not a hydronics guy, I don't have any of this stuff memorized.
Where'd he go?
If you pump away from the point of no pressure change, the pump and its pressure to this. I know it's not a pump, Rich, but this is what I'm just quoting the book. The pump will add its pressure to the system's static fill pressure. However, if you pump toward the point of no pressure change, the pump will not be able to raise the system pressure any higher than it already is. But since it's a pump, it has to develop a difference in pressure if it is to move water.
Absolutely. That's what that
So if you can't raise the system pressure, it will do the only other thing it can do. It will lower the suction side pressure to create the pressure differential it needs to move the water.
Or they overfeed the system with the pressure.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to get in. Yeah. That's boom right there. You'll overfeed the system. You'll shut your boiler off. Don't put your pumps on the returns. You heard it here first.
Whatever. We can have a good discussion about this.
I give brownie points to anybody in the stream right now. Just the stream that knows what movie I'm watching.
Where's Judge? What's his last name? Judge Reinhold.
Yeah.
Judge Reinhold.
This has to be one of the best movies to ever come out of the 80s. This is not going to show anything bad, by the way. So no, don't freak out.
I wish it did.
No, it's not going to show anything
bad.
bad.
This is Christmas Vacation?
No.
It's
much better than that.
Yeah, you got it, Will.
What is it? Fast Times.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That's right. And this is the funny part too, because she walks in and like, I need to use the bathroom. And he's like, oh no, my bad. Oh yeah, it doesn't show the part what he was doing in there.
Yeah, he was
he was fantasizing. None of that really happened.
No, but in the movie they show some explicit scenes.
Yes.
I don't know how we segue from boiler talk to
only on overtime.
I'm really good at freaking only me, dude.
Chris was bored and he needed to be the center of attention.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's exactly it.
I bet he's got like notes on how can I change this into focusing on me.
That's fun.
So a homework is Joe.
Yeah.
You need to this weekend figure out how to watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Okay.
Watch it, dude. Trust me. Watch it. Great movie.
Don't trust him.
No,
It's not Rocky Horror Picture Show, bro. That's another good one. But if you don't like transvestite musicals, you probably don't want to watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But if you do, it's really cool. And you'll find yourself singing along and stuff. And Meatloaf's in it too, if you want to know. So
Jonathan is saying that's a great movie. I don't know if I think he's talking about the one that was behind you, maybe.
Do boilers boil water?
No.
I'm gonna say no.
No, they don't. Well, I mean, I guess they could.
Why do they call them boilers then?
But is it boiling if it's?
Well, how about a steam boiler, right?
Yeah, steam boiler is a boiler.
Yeah, I guess so.
Does it actually boil the water though?
Water boiler is a water heater.
Is it actually boiling just because of temperature?
Is it a hot water heater?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Is the boiling process actually happening if it's not changing state? Because if it's in the water heater, I don't know. I'm tripping right now. I'm not really
tripping.
Not making sense. That's kind of like that was the this morning talk. The guys have to tell me because I was like, hey guys, I had this really cool idea, and then like I laid out this idea, and then who said it?
That's
Adam or Bill?
Oh, but I was like, yeah, you can't be taking gummies at work, Chris. Yeah,
because I had a genius idea, and Bill's all, yeah, you can't be taking gummies at work, bro.
Well,
I didn't take a
let's
gummy
not go that far. Like, I don't know, genius. It was pretty good though.
What was the idea? I already forgot it. That's my problem. I come up with cool ideas and then I forget them.
Like, I had a vision of it, but
of what?
Give me a hint. What was it about? I literally forgot
about
it.
Like you wanted to change the intro of the show.
Oh yeah. No, don't
like...
say it. Don't say it. Stop.
No,
yes,
okay.
We're gonna do it. So
okay.
I'm gonna write it down on my pad of paper that I'm eventually gonna crumble up and throw in the trash. So
and then we'll talk about it. Like
so far on this is big picture. We already talked about that Fed Nation, and then apparently I got to send Michael Hausch a beanie. That's on here too. And then
don't forget to plug the merch store.
We
haven't done that at all, and like it's already been an hour.
What do you guys think about? Should I beg Rich to come on here? I think Rich should come.
Yeah, I think Rich.
He should come on.
Rich knows us. He'd have a good time. So
he has time.
You bring him on and not talk about hydronics.
You got to come do it, bud.
A lot of guys in chat.
Like last week when we had Brett Wetzel on.
And, he wants to come back and
we'll talk about any refrigeration, right?
But we had a good time talking though.
Yeah.
And
we will talk.
What you guys don't know is they spent more time talking to Brett after the show than they actually did on the show.
Refrigeration stuff.
We really learned a lot after the show.
We had a discussion, and you know we're gonna bring him back. We'll talk about a lot of things. What were we talking about? Oh, hot gas bypass and all this stuff, and
mechanical subcoolers, cascade system.
And then come Tuesday, he sends us his stats for his downloads, and guess what, guys?
What?
You got the overtime bump.
Overtime bump.
Oh yeah, he got the overtime bump.
I wish we could get the overtime bump. I was making fun of the HVAC Know It All podcast to him. I I forget how we were talking about, and yeah, I'll drop that name out there. I don't care.
No, we're talking about another night, Rich. We want to schedule a time for you to come on. We're not going to spring it
Yeah,
on you
it's
like
at 10
that.
o'clock. Mike.
Joe needs like 2 weeks in advance and then 3 weeks to think about it. To make sure.
Yeah,
Reinstatement
and
letter.
then
And then he might even
rescheduled.
veto it still.
Yes.
Expect to be rescheduled because he won't remember when it was scheduled. I'm like, what,
And
what
then
do
he's
you
going
mean
to
that was
yell at
today?
you because
Yeah,
he wanted a break.
What? When did we plan that? I'm like,
And then when
Right
you
here.
don't have a guest, he's just going to sit there.
yeah.
Oh, geothermal. Yes or no? That's a good
That was
topic,
my jab at
absolutely.
Joe.
It's okay.
Show.
I'm gonna send
Shit,
you
I
a
already
fart in a
forgot
bottle,
what
Joe.
we were talking. Oh, show intro. That's right.
Right. Maintenance specialist. Only 55 likes. Hit that button. Right.
Yeah.
Hey, let
But-
me ask you guys
Love.
something about just like life in general, organization, dealing with work, business, whatever. If you have a bunch of like things on your to-do list, do you like ever put them on your calendar and say, I'm going to set aside this hour or this day to do this, this, and this? Just
Yes.
chores.
No, I said this when before the show we were talking. I will oftentimes, like tomorrow's Saturday. I'm not on call. I've got a million things I need to do, and I can guarantee you what's going to happen is I'm going to drink my coffee. I'm going to come in my office. I'm going to start on a video, and then I'm going to sit in my office after I finish the video for like 4 hours, and I'm not going to get a single goddamn thing done.
That usually happens
Mhm.
because you're like texting us and we keep going back. You're like, all right, I can't talk anymore. And then we keep talking.
I gotta edit this
Exactly.
video.
Yeah.
And then we're like, yeah, but tell us again about your merch store.
Yeah. You moochers.
You
Always
know?
want free shit.
Steve Lav turned us down. He doesn't want to be on anyone's show.
No,
Yeah,
he doesn't. He's a jerk.
He's scared. He's camera shy. Well, it's okay. It'd be camera shy.
He's just apprehensive about everybody hating him or something. He's always got
Yeah,
that.
he doesn't want to ruin his brand.
I could care less if people hate me. I just have
I
fun
don't
with the whole
care,
thing.
man.
Yeah,
So,
man.
I'm not here for the people technically, although they make it much more fun because
yeah.
It is what it is. But
I know I don't treat my stuff like give it the attention I should, but I don't want it to ever become something that makes me miserable. And there's times that it gets to that point, but I just like to have fun and just make videos and just chill. Like I don't want to be all serious about everything.
Jim, what's his name? Petnato?
Petnato.
I
Yeah, he
wouldn't mind
comments
talking to him.
every once in a while on my videos. Every
Yeah.
once in a blue moon, he'll comment on my videos, or
Me too. man.
he'll say something or give it a thumbs up or whatever. But I've reached out to him a few times and he's never answered. emails or comments.
I've
You
had
don't want to come.
Gray Furnace Man say he would consider coming on our show, and then he stopped responding to me. So I guess what happened is he probably
He
watched
saw
the
it.
episode.
Yeah. Hey,
You know
I had
what,
Blue
though?
on. Blue on was in talks to come on,
He's
and
nowhere. But
they just
he
ghosted
doesn't
me.
go anywhere, Gray.
Yeah,
And
I think
Blue on.
the problem is we are
Yeah, Blue On's
our
too
biggest
corporate.
enemy.
Blue On is too corporate. They've got a bunch of private equity investing in them, a bunch of movie stars investing in them, and they're just they're throwing money at
listen,
the wall.
No
And see,
production, no topics. We just go with the flow, and that's what it's all about.
And that's the way it is. That's the way we do it in this industry. We all have ADD. We all have dumb stories that we tie in with our good stories.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I mean, and maybe I'm incorrect on this because I have my own crap going on, but like I just enjoy the hanging out, relaxing, and just bullshitting. So
Oh yeah, Jason Johnson. I did talk to HVAC Time. I think that's who it is.
oh yeah, I've been
Yeah.
meaning to reach out to him. I guarantee he'll come on if I message him.
Yeah. He already said he would.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. HVAC Time. He has a really unique name. It's
Up.
Oh, like his real name?
Should we get Fritz Rochester?
No, I don't need none of that bullshit.
It's Rochester.
Montague.
We don't need any of that YouTube drama.
Kumar Alchfong.
Should we get? Oh, you know who else said they would come on and then he stopped responding?
J-Dub.
Jeremy, the porn star.
What is it? Dr. Z?
Oh, Dr.
Zarkov.
Zarkov.
He's in his camper living in some fucking city.
I forgot all about that guy.
Holden Schamberger. He has a very unique name. That is HVAC Time. He's a cool
Holden
dude.
Schamberger?
Yeah, Holden.
Is that a real name?
Yeah, that's his name, man.
Should we get
Oh,
the?
man.
Bill really wants to razz these sales guys.
I want to get the
Bill-
sales guys on too.
And Joe's the one who's telling us no. Joe's the boss. Of the
Well,
show, guys.
I will say, like, I do understand like Joe's aspect of it because it could go really bad, or it could be a good
But
discussion.
think about it like this. Okay. So we're all service technicians for the most part. Okay.
Mhm.
And we have the perspective of a service technician, especially commercial, right? I know Joe and Adam are more high-end resi, but especially Bill and I, we have the perspective of a commercial person. So we look at them and we think, you guys are just fucking salesmen. You don't know how to do shit. But to be fair, we don't know. I mean, we would love to have them on there and then ask them the real questions. We're not going to be dicks. Like, we're just going to say, look, this is the outlook. This is a perspective that the other side of the industry has on what you do. And we want to give them the opportunity to come on here and talk and say, like, look, no, I mean, maybe they can change our mind. Or maybe they could just fucking dig themselves a hole and
like, you guys bring them on.
Big pieces of shit.
Can I put a poll on here or something?
Hey, Michael, you might be right.
So what did you say?
I bet you guys would be pussies with the sales guy on the
Not
show.
me.
No.
Darren fucking
They're good talkers though.
No.
I gotta say, Bill likes messing with these people.
I do.
I
really
would
Hey,
not
Jesus
be a-
Floppy came back. There he is.
No.
Which is the first one we should have on? We got, here's our options. J-Dub.
J-Dub Moneymaker. J-Dub Moneymaker.
I don't know if you call them options because we haven't even like asked him to come on or
I
not.
guarantee we get him on. We have Victor Raincor.
Yep.
Who else?
Those are my two targets.
Gene Slade,
Gene
maybe? Is that
Slade?
one of the guys?
You ain't getting Gene Slade. He'd want you to pay him fucking 70 grand to come on.
Yeah, like $10,000 will come on there. I'm like, that's okay. I can just
No,
sell myself whatever I want.
We gotta hit at the low hanging fruit right now.
I'm with you. Who said it? Someone said no sales. Oh, Quest. Yep.
I
And
mean,
okay, so
definitely 100%.
Chris Young said Gil Cavey can
John.
make no, I'm not high on something. I'm drinking fucking beer.
High on beer.
Chris Young said Gil Cavey can make a strong argument for the sales side, and that is fair. And I do have respect for Gil. I've met Gil, I've talked to him, and he works on the sales side. And that's the point that I want to make, is that we need to hear the other perspective, because there is a side of this industry that a lot of us don't understand, and that is the sales side. So I want to give them their opportunity, and I'm not
What if-
being
two of them on?
disrespectful.
What if
two of them on?
as like to soften the whole thing, instead of jumping right from us to like the big guys like J-Dub and Victor, we go to Gil Cavey and talk to Gil Cavey first, because he's kind of like, you know, he's leaning more towards one side of the world, but you know, for a while there he was straight down the middle.
I don't know if that would be fair, because I think that would be kind of throwing Gil under the bus.
And we're kind of friends with Bill, so it's not going to
Yeah.
be down. Like we've never talked to any of these.
I feel like we could candidly talk to Gil about this.
I agree, John. I think we sound like pussies already. Talking about you guys.
I think this
Shut
is the most
fuck up,
Joe.
Joe.
And-
You
and-
down there? Who do you even to fucking
and-
talk?
Sounds
Yeah,
like
you didn't really
boys,
talk
I
the whole
agree.
time. Try to get
And
Joe to
Hausch
say
says we are all
today.
salesmen yeah, that is true. We are salesmen. So again, it's
Honest
not so much that I
salesmen.
want to attack the fact that they're salesmen. I want to understand their side. But I will say, I'm not going to name a name, but we heard a sales story. We all we listened to it, or some of us listened to it, where someone was laying out their scheme.
I'm going to play
How
it live on the air right now.
Do it.
What's that?
I'm going to play it live right now.
Do it.
Are you going to?
No, I won't do
No,
it.
he doesn't.
No, but there was a thing where someone was laying out their scheme of how they trick. And what I mean by trick, they go in and they say, I'm not a salesman,
Did he
I'm
say
just a
trick?
service technician.
Did he
But
say
they trick.
Trick.
Interesting.
And they go in and they convince the homeowner that they're just a service tech, and they're going to call their boss, or pretend to call their boss, and talk to their boss and say, hey, can you get me I know you're busy, boss, but you know, and while the homeowner can hear all this crap, and they're literally deceiving the person,
Mhm.
you know?
Sometimes
And-
Imagine if that was your mama or your wife. And
I do that with my wife. She's like, let's have a talk. And I take a phone call and I'm like, listen, this is a very important business.
Oh,
call.
I gotta go.
Okay, I got you. I hear you.
System exploded. People died. I gotta go.
System explodes. People die.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Sorry. I can't hear your yammering babble about the nothingness that you did all day because you're a stay-at-home mom.
All right, now
make
you
me
guys are
fucking
really
sandwich.
digging a hole. See, I'm over here just having fun. You guys are fucking throwing fighting words over
The
here.
sandwiches don't make themselves.
I mean, I sound tough right now, but my wife doesn't watch the show.
Yeah,
So
my wife's sleeping.
sorry.
You know.
All right, boys, let's wrap it
Yeah,
up.
I think it's time to wrap it.
Let's wrap it up.
Because
Good
if
show.
we didn't wrap it right now, I would really say something that would fucking make me lose everything.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Yeah, we get canceled.
Killer is 10 years old. We need a new one. Get slapped.
Oh man. man, I'm glad that's over. God, I hate doing this every Friday.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if there's flat earthers out here, but you're fucking retards if you're a flat
Man.
earther. I'm sorry. You really are.
I'm a
Thanks for the
flat
spotlight.
earth guy.
If you're a flat earther, you seriously are the dumbest person on the earth.
Oh, don't get me started on that. We're gonna have an argument.
Oh, we got a UFC
All
event
right.
right now. I'll come on and set the record straight.
Yeah, that might not be a good idea.
Oh yeah, no.
No.
Is that the real Za?
Ooh,
I don't know.
Hey, thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. We do appreciate
Yeah, it was a good time. We really
It
did.
was a fun
appreciate it.
time. It's always a fun time with you cats. Will,
We love
Neil,
you.
Keep Six, Luke, Mike B, Johnny
There's
McMasters,
that guy. Sure.
Big Clive. Don't forget, watch Big Clive. He's down tomorrow.
Yes, Big Clive
4
tomorrow.
p.m. Eastern Time.
Jason. Oh no.
I hate that crap.
I do hate that song.
They literally made a satellite radio channel for just TikTok music.